Alright then YouTubers, welcome back to another video. I hope you all have been keeping well. Before I continue, make sure to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss anything, and turn on your notifications, okay? By the way, before I continue guys, it's Plymouth Argyle today. We've got them in the FA Cup. Let me know your predictions down below, what you guys think. Whether, are we going to win, or is it just going to be another typical day where we lose? I know we've signed 2 players in, so I'm quite looking forward. Hopefully Menga Richards can hopefully get a chance on the pitch. So yeah, without further ado, let's continue. Okay, as you guys are well aware, I did one of my videos on Goalball, so that's part 1. I think it was just basic throw-in and just understanding the balls. Now I thought, you know what, it's been a while, why not do part 2, as I did mention part 1 on there. Now, today's a day where we do part 2. So, this video we're going to cover blocking the ball and just tracking it when it comes to you. Okay, because these 2 things are very, very vital in this sport. Especially as if it is visually, it's a blind sport. However, sighted people can play, but you have to be blindfolded, especially people who are blind. Like myself, we have to be blindfolded ourselves, which is a bit stupid. But I think it's just to be fair and all these crap protocols that no one really cares about, but you have to follow. So, okay. Now, reason why I've chosen to do this, because one, for some familiar players that I know, who could do with this video, and just for those of you who've never really played properly, I've just heard of it, starting to get to know things, and it's just good for you guys to know what to expect and what needs to happen when you guys start playing. So one of these people, I would say, are my friends. One of my friends. He nearly had his fingers snapped the last time by me because the comical thing was, we were in PE. I mean, okay, look, I've been whacked here on the side of my jaw. I've been whacked on the forehead, you know, and so on. But we were in PE last time, and we were in school, so we were playing some goalball, and the PE teacher actually gave us the proper professionals goalball. And the ball, one of my other friends on the other team decided to throw it. Obviously, when he went to launch it, and I was in a position where I felt like if I didn't, that I needed to pull off the blocking move, the blocked out move. I did that, and my friend, he was switched on, who was in my team, who had his fingers nearly broken, he was switched off, so it bounced off his hand, and he weren't too happy. And the teacher had to use a bowling ball, the bowling balls, but this is something that cannot be avoided. To do this move, if I didn't do this move, I think we would have, the team would have scored a goal. Okay, so that's one reason why I need to demonstrate this blocking move. And for those of you who's probably out there who don't probably know how to do it, or who probably are having the same problem, this is for you as well. Okay, so just remember, practice does make perfect. And definitely, I think tracking the ball, because some players, some players easily like to concede goals, because I think there's sometimes you just don't hear enough communication. And I'll always say to you guys, for those of you who play, communication is one of the keys of goalball, because you need to know where you are. So, for example, if I'm a left winger, and this is my right hand side, I've got this much gap, if you guys, for those of you on side, can see where my arm is, and there's your central defender. Now it's their job to say centre, left or right. You guys need to communicate, because if you don't, I think that's one reason why what happens. And maybe you need to also feel the lines on the court. They are there to help you. Okay, now I'm a left winger, and I've easily switched off before a couple of times, where I ran from the goal, put them back onto the goal, just to give it a little tap, run, throw the ball, and it's taking the piss for me to find the left wing line. Okay? That's something myself I want to improve on as a player. Okay, and for those of you who are left wingers like myself, you know, if it is hard for you, don't worry, because you guys are not the only one. You guys are not, I'm sure there's loads of us out there, because remember, no one's perfect. You know, we need to practice. And yeah, just communicating. And sometimes if the ball's coming and you know, if you know any of your teammates who have got a habit of switching off, just give them a call. Oi, like, Dan, oi, get it. Like, that's what I like to do, just to give a bit of that vibe, give that passion, just to get that vibe in. So, you know, because I'm a really passionate player, and my poor friend has had to put up with me having a go at him. And he's like, you know, can you be quiet? What are you doing? Like, because he's trying to do his own thing, and I'm trying to, you know, just give him that vibe. Oi, oi, like, get it. And like, yeah, like, we all get a bit overexcited, but just sometimes we've got to keep that to a limit, because you've got to let people concentrate. And sometimes with us players who've played a bit more, we've got to be a bit more patient. I know it's a bit excited, I know we're passionate, but for those people who haven't played, and if they were in your team, you've just got to be a bit patient. But it's always important to guide. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at tracking the ball, and we're going to look at blocking. So you guys know what a real ball looks like. Okay, there it is, and I've just kicked it into something. Okay, the standard WV sound balls from Germany. That coming. I've got the blue one. I think you get multicoloured as well. There you are. Standard ball. Look at that. Look at that beauty. It's very hard. I've nearly broken people's noses with it. So, what we're going to do, first of all, is just show you guys one or two little exercises that you could practice if you've got a goal ball at home, just to improve your tracking skills. Okay, first one, okay, is you might want to play some rolling games with, you know, with some people. Like, just practice rolling the ball to one another, because it will get you into that vibe. Now, for example, if I had somebody on the opposite side, don't just throw it, just, you know, sit down. You got the ball. All right, mate, where are you? Just, even though the person's side, just get them blindfolded and just practice, you know, rolling the ball like that, very slowly, just to get yourself into the vibe of tracking the ball, just to get in that understanding when the ball comes back to you, how you can stop it. Now, you might want to just tap your hand on it like this, or just pull it into you. Okay, so I'll go and get the ball. Okay, just simple rolling exercises. Now, even if you're not with somebody, just maybe roll it like this. See my hand? Very slowly. Go and find it. With your foot, you've got it. And roll it back again. Like this. Okay, oh, maybe it's gone a bit off the side. But okay, you've rolled it back where it's come from. And you found the ball again. So just simple rolling ball exercises. Let the ball roll. Go and just find it, you know, just get yourself up and about. Just go and practice getting used to the sound of the ball. Because remember, this is a bell ball, and I think the ball is going to be the main thing that you are going to hear in Goalball. And that's the reason why, you know, you might want to just practice, just understanding the sound, getting used to it. What are you going to expect? What the bells are going to sound like? Because they are there to guide you. The ball makes some noise for a reason, because it's there to guide you. It's there to tell you that I'm coming towards you. Try and stop me. Okay? Look at one more. Okay? This is one of my favourite exercises. Just to get used to the ball again. Is maybe just to throw it up and down in your hand. Very slowly. Like. And just practice, just keeping your hand out, hearing the sound of the ball when it's in the air, and quickly grabbing your hand out. See, like me, I've just grabbed my hand out and I've done this clench thing. So, sighted people, I'm sure you guys can see, but basically, guys, what I'm trying to do, my 5 fingers are on the side of the ball, and part of the ball is also has gone and is resting into my arm, and is also resting on the top half of my wrist. Okay, just. Okay, even if you've done that, even if I've just dropped it there, go and find it, pick it up, and just do it again. Just hold it very slowly and start to gradually move your arm out like this. Get a bit higher, just a bit, not too high. Move your arm out further, and just practice when the ball comes. Just pull it into your chest like this. Get your 5 fingers. Just push your hand in towards your chest. Let the ball practice hitting your chest, because that's another way. I mean, yes, you're not moving anywhere, but what I'm just trying to say there, guys, is getting used to the sound of the ball. Just understanding this is the ball, this is what it's here to do. This is what the bell is for. Trust me, when you do that, and that's another thing, I think that is also a tracking skill. I think personally, well, in a sense, I think it's more of a blocking skill though, because realistically, you are going to use your chest a lot. The ball is going to, your chest is one of the most important body parts when it comes to goalball, because your chest is something that the ball needs to use in order for it to stop. But not just your chest, also your hand, because you're pulling it into your chest, but also just to protect your face, just to make sure you've got the ball and it's in front of you, just for you to make sure that, you know what, you need to take a shot. But what I'm trying to say also is make sure you focus on the sound. Now there, I suppose, does come under a slight bit of tracking, because you're following the sound, you know what's coming, and you know what you need, okay? You know what's coming, just listen to the sound, practice getting your hand out a bit higher, a bit further, long ways. It's just all about your reaction. So you hear the sound, quickly test your reaction. I think, you know what, that's two really nice skills. Now, what we're going to look at next is a bit of blocking, okay? Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use my hand as my foot to demonstrate this move, okay? Sometimes, if the ball is rolling to you and it's not really full speed, just bend yourself down, give it a bit of a hug with one hand, and make sure your forearm, whatever they call it, your wrist. Just clench your arm around the ball. Just, bring it into you. Just bring it into your tummy. Bring it into you, so you've blocked. That's just a very small block, okay? With a roll, imagine like another player who's been a bit sloppy just decides to push it away from them. Let's just slop like this way. And you know what? I've just wiped my off the floor, pushed it into my stomach, and there's the ball. Okay? If it was a really sloppy roll like that. However, it's going to be very rare that you guys are going to have sloppy rolls. Okay? Can I mention something? Okay? There will be times where you will absolutely get battered. And I'm one of those people. I've had to pull saves with my head. I've been hit in the jaw. I've nearly broken people's nose. I've really broken people's fingers. Now, quite a few people are scared of me. But in any sport, guys, if you're not careful, you can get hurt. Now, for someone like me, because I have to rely on a lot of sound, sound is one of the most important things for me in my life. Whether I need to navigate, whether I need to find somebody. And, if I know, one thing that's clever, if I know that the ball's on the floor, if I've just done a little tap with my foot, I've heard the bell, and I know it's there, okay? I know it's there in front of me. So sometimes sound is a big importance. It is one of the most important things for me and for people with no vision, because it just helps to navigate, helps you guys to find something. Now, I'll also say to you guys, don't be scared. Always give it a try. I was a person that used to hate sports. I'm not admit it right there. I used to hate sports. I used to like listening to football. There was this time where I think we were at camping, and my friend, me and her, we were watching the England match with all the other class and everything. I think from then we just got into the mode of football. She started telling me about Blues and everything. And she wasn't really a fan herself much. I think she just used to follow it a little bit. And then since then, both of us have become really big fans. And, you look at it now as well, she's doing some demos of Blues on her channel as well, like just talking about them like me. By the way, I will give her a bit of a shout out. Go on, mate, Millie Taylor, go and check her out. All right, guys, she sings beautifully, I'm telling you now. She's got a really good singing voice. Go and check her out. I'll give you the latest link. You know what? Cornwall, my home, that's the obvious one. Or Drunken Sailor, she loves the sea shanties. Go and check her out. Also, Epic Night Manager Fails, that was my favourite one. Go and check that out, and just like, share and subscribe to her, Put down your comments and she'll get back to you. But anyway, yeah, I used to hate sports, but when I found this sport, when I went to the Saturday club, it was touch-based pairs. I fell in love with it, and today I'm very fortunate to be playing for Birmingham Swords and RNC, the Royal National College for the Blind, and I do want to take my potential into playing for the England squad. Until we don't try, guys, we don't know. We do not know. Okay, so I'll always say to you guys, try, go and give a vibe. We all get hit with the ball, and I can perfectly understand as a blind person what it would feel like, because sometimes you don't know. But you know what, guys? We all get hurt in life. Life's not pain-free, okay? Anyway, back to the blocking, okay? So, like I said, somebody's in a bit of a rare sloppy roll, okay, like this. Just throw your body forward and just scoop it up. But make sure to use your chest so that you've got extra control, because if you accidentally like juggled your arm around, you've probably lost the ball and you've probably scored an own goal. That's why I prefer to use my chest or my tummy as a control point. But make sure you're nice and tense, you're nice and straight. Stay strong. Make sure, you keep your body tough, like just keep it straight out, because if it's really loose, you can get winded because the ball is quite hard. My PE teacher broke someone's nose with it once on accident. Whereas in my other mobility office, one of my mobility officers who I used to have, she had a lip busted in. But yeah, it's the ball for you. But we've got to credit the Germans for making a really good goal ball, and I think this is the best goal ball, depending on what you're going to use it for. I think the more you throw it on a court, the more smooth it'll get, and you start to get rid of this scratchy, rough material. But I prefer this material. I think it's more. I like this material. It feels nice. And look at it, guys. It's got the colour blue. It's shame Birmingham City never made it. Yeah, imagine. It's just a shame. Come on, Blues. We need to get a goal ball, and it's the same colour. I don't know if it's royal blue. If it is royal blue, guys, let me know. So that's just a very simple block technique if somebody's doing something a bit sloppy. However, if it's someone like me, or maybe, let's say, okay, one of the players from Fen Tigers, for example, just ran with the ball and slammed it and literally thrown it with the proper technique, then I would not recommend being on your knees and throwing your body forward, because when it comes with that speed, the mechanism is so much that maybe the ball can risk bouncing up and smacking you in the nose. And if any of you guys do have problems with nosebleeds, then yeah, definitely I wouldn't recommend. What I would, however, do is, if you know you're going to get a hard shot, is sit on your knee. So maybe just sit on your bum, okay, and just lean towards here so you guys can see my body, okay. I'm leaning on the side, okay. I'm leaning on the side because when the ball comes, I've got enough time to lie down and go straight into my diving position, which I can't do now because I've got the phone in my hand. I think I was about to bang my head off the radiator, okay. I would quickly need to go into that position. But if I know that the ball is coming quite close, and if I decide to quickly do the dive within the short amount of space that the ball is coming, I can maybe risk getting myself hurt, or sometimes just risk scoring an own goal, because if man hits the ball and it rolls past me towards the goal, because remember the mechanism is quite high. It's all about reaction, guys. It's just sometimes it's hard to explain, but sometimes you would just feel that you would need to just perform a block-out move. Sometimes you'll be able to get it depending on what position you're in. Okay, sometimes it's just one of those things where it's all about reaction, and you just need to be able to do whatever you feel's comfortable. Okay, how would you do that block-out move? Okay, well, first of all, keep your shoes on. But my foot, okay, as you guys can see, okay, my leg is nice and straight. Never have your leg bent, okay? Because you can maybe pull your muscle. Your leg has to be nice and straight. Now, when you do the block-out move, you need to tap it with the side of your foot, not with the front, because it can seriously damage your toe, with the side of your foot. And how to do that, just when it comes to you, I've got my foot out to the right, just give it a gentle nudge. And you can see, look, so foot out to the side. Next thing you know, I'm going to you heard that tap, but when I've got my shoes on, obviously, and also if I'm in a bit of a bigger court, when I'm in a proper court, I would then need to be able to use a lot more force just to get it away, or just to maybe lift it into the person next to me. That's why you must all be ready at all times, because sometimes you might need to use each other, maybe just in order to create that defensive block. Sometimes Goalball's all about 2. Sometimes it's all about 3, or all teamwork. Depending on what position, maybe you might need to use all 3 of us. Who knows? Maybe like depending on, I've blocked it into someone, then maybe had to lift it into somebody else because they're not able to reach the ball in time. So these are things that are very important, guys. Like I said, I'll show you one more time. Just get your foot out straight. Legs nice and straight. With the side of your shoe, just give it a nudge. But obviously, when you do it with your shoe, you know, you're going to use a lot more force, so the ball will lift up into the air, and you should get something like, I can't do it with my foot now because, you know, I'm not in the right space, and, you know, you'd hear something like that, and it'll go all the way maybe to the other side, okay, and you then hear the referee say, blocked out, okay, or, you know, if you roll it into your friends, just hit it towards your right, and naturally they'll be able to chest it down and do whatever they need to do. Okay, so these guys are some simple things and simple techniques that you guys could try at home. Be careful, okay? You know, just be careful. Take your time with them. And if you guys have got any questions, just leave them in the comments down below, and I will try to get back to you guys. Okay? If there's any other parts of Goalball that you guys don't understand that you want me to cover, just mention it in the comments below, and I will try my best to get that done for you. But anyways, guys, keep right on. See you in the next one.